We're back with Mike McCARTNEY, CEO and President of PBS Hawaii Television.
So, Mike, you're doing PBS, and PBS is a nonprofit, but you also started the show Hawaii Stars, which is, the #1 locally produced show. How did that whole thing come about, and how is that different?
I always like media and television, and everybody watches television, so they think they know how to do television. And just like people drive cars and they say, oh, I know how to fix the roads. And so I just had this idea. Karaoke started being hot. And I thought, wow, this would be good. Let's showcase the people of Hawaii, put them on stage, make their friends and family feel proud of who they are. Their self-esteem grows. And we needed something good in Hawaii, something to say, let's celebrate the people we have out there. So I used to tell people when they go out on stage, when I open this curtain, you go out there on stage, you become transformed. You become a Hawaii star. And so how I started it was I just had this dream. And in my mind, I didn't know Carol Kai. I didn't know Kimo Kawano. I said, oh, perfect host. I call up Carol Kai. I said, you don't know me, but I have this idea. And so we met, and she said, good. And she said, you better call me back. You better call me back. And then I called her back, and then we met another friend of hers, Dirk Fukushima, who's a television person. And we said, let's do Hawaii Stars. And so we said, nobody will take us. So we said, let's just do 13 weeks. Let's try and do a show that celebrates the talent of people of Hawaii. Make local people feel good about who we are and what we're about. Let's do it at center stage at Ala Moana. So we went there. We begged Ala Moana. Said, okay. We went to all the television stations around town. Everybody said, no, 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 no. We went to K5, which isn't owned by the current owners.
Even though you said, I want to buy time on your station, they said no.
Yes, no, 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 no. K5, which is not John Fig, it's somebody else, was the previous owner. And they made us wait in the lobby for 3 hours. I remember Carol and I sitting there. And finally, he came out and he said, nah, we can't do this.
Before you talked to him?
Yeah. And so then we waited, and then they said, let's go talk to Channel 2, the #1 station. Because in our mind, it said, they'll never take us. No way. Al Hoffman said, oh, yeah, come and see us. Al Hoffman was the program director. He said, good idea. This sounds like a good idea. We can do this. So we paid for a 4:30 time slot, 4:30 on Sundays. We paid them for 13 weeks. So then Carol and I and Dirk, we went out and we started talking to sponsors. Some people said, good idea, good. And
Don't they ask you who watches at 4:30 on a Sunday?
Yeah, and they're, but then we sold the dream, the concept that this is what Hawaii needs. We need to uplift people of Hawaii and showcase the talent that people have and just make people feel good and celebrate them. So people like American Savings Bank, Arlene Nakamoto, I'll never forget, right there on the spot, she says, okay, I'm in. I'll be a major sponsor. No proposal, just ideas. Minna Nissen, 7-Eleven, okay, we're in. Jiffy Lube, we're in. Queens Hospital, we're in. A bunch of other people were very nice to us. They had to analyze it, think about it, never got back to us. And the people that went with us, Manaloa Mac was another one. They just went with us, and they liked it right at the moment. And they said, okay. And we didn't spend one penny. We had a dream. We had energy. We had time. We had this vision. We shared it. We got our sponsors. I still remember that first night. We're taping at Ala Moana Center. It's packed. I'm going, wow, this is the show. You were doing it. And we did it for 13 weeks. And Al Hoffman calls us in, so he thinks he's going to whack us, right? He goes, I looked at the ratings. You guys are doing, at that time, we did a 9. A 9 is really, really high at 4:30. He goes, I'm going to move you guys to 6:30 and charge you half of what we were charging you before. Wow. And so, our highest rating, we got up to 20 rating points, which is kind of unheard of now. And we followed the Channel 2 news at 6:30 every Sunday night. The sad thing is that we had to go up against Hawaiian Moving Company, which is a great show. It was just bad that two local shows had to go against each other. And we thought, okay, we'll last a year. We went 13 weeks, we'll last a year. It's been going 13 years now.
Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for more on Greater Good Radio.